Now, back to more of Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theatre. And your host, Lisa Condon.
Thank you all for tuning in today. I'm excited to be talking with Chris Lashwa. He is one of the founders and creative directors of Cirque Mechanics, and we are thrilled to have Cirque Mechanics bring their latest show, 42 Feet, a menagerie of mechanical marvels, to the Hanover Theatre. That's going to be Tuesday, October 15th. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk to you about the show and bring it to kind of my home.
Absolutely. And so there are three different things that I want to make sure we touch on. One is I see you are a native of Massachusetts. We've had Cirque Mechanics here at the Hanover Theatre before. I've always loved your shows, but I didn't realize you were a local guy too.
It's great to be back, to be able to do the work at home. I've got a huge family. I grew up in New England, actually about 30 minutes north of Worcester, a little town called Ashburnham. And I've got an enormous family, so they'll fill up. They'll do it. We'll do our share in getting some seats filled in the venue. But it's great to be able to be in our home area. I've been traveling, doing this kind of work for about 15 years, and we do touring all over North America, some international dates, and we only get to New England, never as much as I'd like.
Absolutely. And you know what's amazing to me, what I love about this story is I now live in Hardwick. I know exactly where Ashburnham is. And it's a small town. It's a small New England town. And literally, you have traveled around the world pursuing expertise and doing amazing things at that world-class level. Did you think growing up in Ashburnham that is where your future was?
I started doing performing as kind of a teenager. I was doing what's known as BMX freestyle, which is kind of all the tricks you see on the small bikes. It's like it's evolved into what people know as the X Games, extreme sport of BMX, and that was my thing. So from an early age, I was traveling around New England and up and down the East Coast with a small bike team, doing shows at fairs and festivals. Outdoor events, sporting events, things like that. So it was kind of always something I wanted to do. I had no idea I'd be able to turn that bicycle hobby / pastime, which grew into a job, into something that would last as long as it has. I left New England and went international on my first big event, where I met one of the founders of Cirque du Soleil, the famous French-Canadian circus company. And from there, that was it. We kind of started to expand what I knew to be possible from doing the bike shows to include all of these things that we now use in our shows, all the elements of theater and storytelling and production design that I learned with the big theatrical circus companies. We take all of those tools and we use them to build our shows.
Oh, the athleticism is incredible. Of course, the artistry mixed with athleticism makes it breathtaking. I just want to have our listeners hear the way that Cirque Mechanics is described on your website. And so I'm going to be repeating what's right there. The American circus, reinvented with timber, steel, and ingenuity, ageless stories spun in midair, acrobats riding on mechanical wonders, wrought from the raw materials of American ingenuity, plus a little clowning around. Now, if that's not perfect and gets us all excited about what it is that you have spun together, I don't know what is, and it's a really great description.
You know what? I think it captures what we do. I haven't, don't go back and read it very often, but it's kind of it's one of those mission statements that evolved into a line that helps us to be an elevator pitch. It really does say who we are, and the important things about that are innovative mechanical contraptions and or scenic devices. Those are paired with acrobatics in a way that is generally innovative and new to us and to audiences. And then we take the thrills and circus and these integration of these mechanical contraptions or environments, and we pair them with storytelling, and we mix it all together. And the part about a little clowning around, I think that's also important because we don't take ourselves that seriously. This is entertainment. This is not, curing some big disease. It is something that hopefully people come to and they have a good time at the event. They may be inspired to think a little bit differently because the things that they see are not just going to give them a wow or a feeling of astonishment, but hopefully will allow them to escape for a little while and to think about things in a different way and have a good time.
Well, absolutely. And so your latest show really sounds spectacular, and I love how you address how most people, when they think of circus, will think of animals, right? And so tell us a little bit about the uniqueness of your new show and what we can look forward to.
Sure. Well, our new show is called 42 Feet, a menagerie of mechanical marvels, and 42 feet is and has been the diameter of the circus ring for 250 years, actually 250 years last year. And that date was the date that it was kind of first presented, this idea of mixing equestrian acts, which are horse acts, with clowning. And this was done in England. And that measurement, that 42-foot diameter, is the measurement required for a rider to stay on a horse's back at full gallop and perform tricks, maneuvers. And that diameter, that measurement has been and at the center of circus since that time. And so we thought it only appropriate to use that as a way to give reference to this art form that we're paying tribute to, the vintage classic one-ring circus. Thank you.
Right. It's so clever, but with a total tip to the tradition of the art form and the entertainment that you're doing. It's great. And so, do you want to give any spoiler alerts for any?
Yeah. Well, no. I wanted to expand on. You had actually asked me the question about the animals, and I think it's important to kind of talk about that a little bit. So we are what's called a contemporary circus company, which general means we involve and integrate elements of theater with circus performance. The root of the show is circus acrobatics. That's gymnastics. That might be dance. That might be juggling or contortion. In the case of 42 Feet, we have a strong man. We have some other kind of thrill acts that people think of when they think of traditional circus. And of course, because we're paying tribute to this art form, we had to have some reference to the animal that started it all, and that is the horse. And so we built a mechanical kind of kinetic sculpture horse that gallops around the ring with a ballerina on horseback, on the horse's back, doing a juggling act. And this mechanical horse really kind of it kind of captures everything about Cirque Mechanics and about 42 Feet that we think is special and unique. In this case, the horse, this lyrical, beautiful creature, is kind of at the center of this act. It was the center of circus, and the mechanical nature of it, the fact that it's not a real horse and it's mechanical, illustrates our approach to how we can think differently about how to present circus acts. In this case, it's a rolling device that has articulating legs and a head and a neck like a horse, and it's scenically treated and theatrically delivered in a way that is convincingly an act on horseback. Of course, without having a real horse on the road with us.
It is going to be phenomenal, absolutely. And so for our listeners, please, I invite you to visit our website, thehanovertheater.org. We spell theater with an R-E. We do have previews of this show. Of course, we have some tickets available, again, at thehanovertheater.org. And again, we're here. We're talking with Chris Lashaw. He's the founder of Cirque Mechanics, who they're bringing in their brand new show, 42 Feet, a menagerie of mechanical marvels, to the Hanover Theater. That's going to be Tuesday, October 15th. Curtain time is at 7:30, and this is appropriate for all ages. It is a phenomenal show, and tickets are so reasonably priced. They start at just $24, and so I urge everybody to check it out. Anything else you want to make sure that our audience knows before we have to say goodbye?
No, I would say that you've done a great job of getting the information out there. The website has all the information. I think a picture or a video is worth even more than 1,000 words. So people have questions or comments. There's great imagery available. I encourage people to. I'm very excited to be bringing this show home, and really look forward to being in Worcester for a couple of days. I will be absolutely back for the show. I don't actually go out on all of the tour dates, but I wouldn't miss that one.
Oh, well, we can't wait to have you and all your family and friends in the theater. Again, that's going to be Tuesday, October 15th. Chris, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk to us. We really appreciate it.
Enjoy the show. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Chris. Everybody else, stay tuned. We'll be back after this quick break here Behind the Scenes with the Hanover Theater.